This is technically week 4. So, the weekend after I made the last update, my boyfriend came down to visit me, and I was still being pretty conservative with no driving, no really leaving the house, laying down a lot, icing my back, walking, getting up periodically, not really sitting much, still just either laying down or getting up and walking. As a family, we went out to dinner, and we drove about an hour to get there and then an hour back. And honestly, I started to get uncomfortable on the way up there, and then when we were eating, I was uncomfortable, and then on the way back, it was, I don't want to say unbearable, but I was just really hurting, and I needed to lay down and I needed to ice my back. So that was a little bit adventurous. So 2 weeks, 3 days. That was too much for that sort of a time period. I did end up driving though on Monday afternoon. I felt good enough to drive, but just here in town. So driving all the way across town here from my house to one side, that's on one side of the town, to the other side of the town, is like a 10-minute drive. So most of my driving is like 5 to 7 minutes around town. It's not long, lengthy driving, and I didn't even do that much anyway. I made maybe tops 10 trips over like a week and a half span from the time I started driving to more recently. And so that was Monday, Tuesday. Then we thought I had class Wednesday, so my grandfather drove me up, and we got about halfway there, and I got an email saying that class was not going to be happening until the following week, which was this week. And so we had to turn around and come all the way back, and I was uncomfortable. Not too bad. I started off the trip with an ice pack, so that helped, but by the time we got about every so hour or so, it hurt. So I had to get up and walk, and so that wasn't fun. From the end of week 2 to the end of week 3, that week, it's just a lot of burning. You can do a lot and you feel good, and you're kind of getting to antsy because you've been sedentary for 2 weeks. And if you're like me, I'm not super active, but I've been more active recently. So I'm like, I need to do something. I need to exercise. I need to be up walking. I need to be active socially. I was just like being driven insane, just laying in bed. And so I wasn't necessarily being as conservative as some other people, like my grandfather. He said he laid in bed for 2 weeks. I didn't do that. I was up every hour walking around the house. I can't stay still. So I feel good. I don't hurt. It's really just a burning sensation. And it's not my spine. I don't feel like, when my back was actually hurt before surgery, my spine hurt. Like everything around it, the deep pain, and it was like the entire lower back down into my rear just hurt and throbbed. Not the same pain at all, no. My burning that I'm describing right here, like in a U shape, and I may get some burning here and here, but not really. When I had bad back, it was really bad, and it had huge knots here and here, and I do not have that anymore. It's literally just like a burning right here. And the ice packs have been my savior. So anyway, so 45 minutes to an hour, you're gonna feel burning. That's just gonna happen, if not worse. You still try to be conservative, lay down and walk. Do not sit. Sitting is not your friend. And let me attribute it to the fact that for 3.5 years I was handicapped, and I didn't use my back muscles. I used my legs and my arm muscles, and so my back muscles are very weak. So holding me up, I'm like, and I wanna like right above where my surgery was, I wanna like sit like this all the time, and I'm like constantly trying to pull myself up with my back muscles, and then my stomach muscles, I got a nice little keg going on. So there, yeah, no stomach muscles. And so going forward with training, I have to train my stomach, my core, and my back. just this whole core region. I need to, so that way when I sit and I'm relaxed, I hold myself up still. I have very good posture. I need that. That needs to be acquired. I have better posture than I used to have, but I still sit like this. That's like a relaxed state. So that's not good because that puts pressure on L3, L4, which they said is going to be my problem. I have a large chest too, so that brings me forward, and this area I found I'm hurting up here now, but it's like a tired hurt. It's not like what I had before. So that's kind of what's going on between weeks 2 and 3. For week 3, my biggest milestones were sitting for the hour time frame without a lot of pain, just discomfort, the burning sensation that was easily taken away from getting up and walking or from using an ice pack and laying down and relaxing. Another big milestone was 2 weeks, 5 days I drove. So those 2 big things, and feeling relatively normal, more normal than I did in week 2. Those are my 3 big milestones that I had for week 3. Okay, so the end of week 3, so days 21 to 28 to the end of week 4. All right, so that encompasses the weekend, like what happened the rest of the week. Okay, so Friday, I had a classroom observation at Menachie High School that I drove to because I started driving Monday of that week. And that went fine. I was sitting on a stool though, so it was good that I was only there for like the 45-minute one class, 50-minute one class period. And I didn't have to do much more than that. And then that weekend, my friend came. I hadn't seen her in 3 months. She moved and is working in a different area of the state, so I don't get to see her as often as I'd like. So she came, and I wanted to make it about her. It was her and my friend Sarah's birthdays. They're 2 days apart. And so we celebrated that in kind of a joint way. We were also very conservative. She'd come over here, stay, we watched TV. I'd go to her house, watch TV. We went out to eat once, we went to Target once, and that's it. Like, there wasn't crazy, we weren't going around all crazy. She's kind of a lazy person, I'm kind of a lazy person. Plus, we needed to be with my back. It was about being conservative and just kind of hanging out and enjoying each other and celebrating their lives. And we did go out to dinner, and that got uncomfortable because we went to Applebee's, and we were sitting in a booth. Should have probably sat in a chair, but I probably still would have been uncomfortable. I'm just at that phase, and it just hit me wrong. However it was, or however I was sitting, it just wasn't right. So I was pretty uncomfortable. Literally, I felt like the top part of my back needed to be popped because I was just like so hunched and like stuck in that position. So yeah, that was kind of uncomfortable. But what I noticed is that pretty much besides that, if I'm in a comfortable chair, and I'm very aware of my body mechanics, I can sit for 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours without that burning. That's kind of what I'm finding. If I'm in a comfortable position, sitting with good posture, then I'm not going to get that burning. Like within 30 minutes, 45 minutes, it's going to be closer to the 2-hour mark. So that was a milestone for this week. Monday, after everyone left and both my friends left, one went back to work and the other one went to the beach with her husband and her kids. I'm getting old. Monday, I had the morning booked with observations with one teacher. She happens to be one of my friends. She's a new teacher at the high school here, and yeah, I was there for her first 3 periods. Alrighty, so Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday I had class, and that was my internship class, and I was so happy because she only went for an hour. She blocked out 3 hours of time, and I was silently freaking out because I was like, I cannot sit and listen for 3 hours. I'm not there yet, guys. That's wishful thinking. But she only lectured. She went through the PowerPoint, and that was it. And it was for literally an hour, which was excellent. And then I stayed after for a little bit, but I was standing, so that helps me. and I asked her some specific questions about my individual project case internship that I want to do, and that was like 15 minutes. I let some of the other girls go that had like 1 or 2 questions, because I had like 5. So anyway, that was Tuesday, and so I did feel burning though, because the types of desks are your typical type of desk. You have the desk here, and then you have that blue plastic thing that if you lean back on it, it leans with you. Yeah, that's not good for me, because that presses right on my incision, and then it makes it burn worse. So I had like my laptop here trying to hold up this so that way I would sit better. And then last night, in my other class, yeah, that was last night. So Wednesday night's class, that went for about an hour and 15 minutes. So it wasn't too bad, but same thing. But I put my laptop case behind my back because it's kind of cushiony. It's like, I needed something that was like not the chair that I was sitting in. So thankfully they didn't go too long. I just think, because like I said, I'm getting more closer to like the 2-hour mark with the burning and sitting, but it depends on the chair and it depends on my posture. Physically going to class wasn't wonderful, but overall the actual class was great, and I'm so happy they didn't hold us for like 2 hours or something crazy, because that would have been bad for me. Here we are today. Today's Thursday, and so we just got back this afternoon from the Bay Area, and same kind of idea. My grandfather stopped every hour, hour and a half, and I got out and I walked home. And I've been doing good. I put ice on my back, I laid down, and just been chilling. And then I decided, hey, it's been 2 weeks since I made a video, so let's just go get that done. Because every day I've been saying I'm going to do for last week's, and now here we are 2 weeks later, and finally making a video. Sorry. So overall, I'm feeling really good. Like as this moment, I just feel tired. Like my upper back feels tired, and my like right here, my wannabe baby abs, right under my breasts hurt. Like that whole area is just, doesn't hurt. I shouldn't say hurt. Hurt is a harsh word. It's just tired. It feels tired. Like I want to go lay down. So what does that tell me? It tells me that I need to start physical therapy, or start walking outside, or start swimming, or do some sort of physical activity to get my stamina back up. So that's weeks 3 and 4, and hopefully I will get one in for next week. But yeah, so I feel so good. I was telling my grandpa, was it this morning? Yeah, I think it was this morning. We were going to breakfast, and I was like, it just feels nice to get up and not be walking like an old person, and like in so much pain, and your back be so swollen from so much pain. Like you just get up, have a little bit of discomfort, but you walk a little bit and it's gone. And I'm never like this anymore with my back. I'm always like, oop, here we go, just get up and go, da, da, da. Like the level of freedom and happiness I have from that is astounding. So I'm just a very happy person now, as compared to before. Like not a very happy person. I still gave off happiness and love, but I was just really suffering on the inside. And the people closest to me, like my grandparents, my boyfriend, my best friends, like they saw the ugly side. Thank you for watching and tuning in, and I hope that all this information is helping somebody out there. I know all the videos that I watched helped me prepare and kind of get my mind wrapped around and know what to expect, because I knew that I had all of these events coming up. Like I'm going to be going to a Renaissance fair with my boyfriend this weekend. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do that for about 2 or 3 weeks prior to my surgery, and ever since then, now I know that I'm going to be able to do that, and that just makes me so happy. But you just don't know. By watching other people's videos, I was kind of like, he's doing pretty good, or she's doing pretty good, or that person's suffering. They haven't even been out of the house yet. But I'm doing really well. Outcomes are going to be more on the positive side than on the negative side. So if you're in that amount of pain, please have the surgery. Trust me, like it's amazing. Like you just feel so free, and it's just nice. Like at first you're just kind of like walking around like, oh, not even thinking about it, and then you're like, I didn't struggle today, or I didn't just struggle right now. Like what? what even? What is this? Because it becomes a life struggle. The struggle is real. That is true for someone with a back problem. So anyway, I kind of rambled on for a minute, but thank you, and keep tuning in, and hopefully I continue to post when I'm supposed to. Thank you.